Well, we're back on, and this is Radio Entrepreneurs. My name is JDavis. I'm the host of Radio Entrepreneurs, and we continue to stream stories of entrepreneurship and business. And here we reach into the world of entrepreneurship to talk with Yassine Zaied, Chief Strategy Officer at Nexthink. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Yassine, can you tell us a little bit about Nexthink?
Nexthink is the leader of digital employee experience software. It is a Swiss company that was founded a few years ago, 14 years ago in Switzerland by our co-founder, Pedro Bados, during his master's degree at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. We managed to grow pretty fast. We have today more than 1,000 customers. We help 13 million employees all over the world to get advantage of a better digital employee experience every day. And we are 900 people all over the world and pretty focused in the US today with our headquarters in Boston.
So the digital employee experience. So can you explain it at a level that would make it clear what that means and how that feels, the experience?
Absolutely. I'm going to try at least.
Yeah, good. We have two employees. Well, I'm an employee too in some ways. We have 3 employees right on this right now. So tell us how we would experience it.
The most important thing is when you are doing your work every single day is to end up the day feeling that you accomplished your job, you participated in the mission of the company, and you enjoyed that day. And today, given that we depend so much on digital, we don't go even to the office, we live in software all day, that capability to be productive and to enjoy it becomes 90% dependent on whether you are finding the right tools that fit your work style, that fit your needs every single day, and whether they are working very well and you are not wasting your time looking for something or calling the help desk or actually trying yourself by finding something or correcting it, and actually it's bothering you, it's killing your productivity, and you are getting frustrated. The digital employee experience is to make companies and IT teams deliver that kind of promise, that kind of seamless experience, give to employees exactly what they need to do their job in a personalized manner, and make it work so well in a proactive manner that people will not waste their time, will feel that they are doing their job and they are enjoying it.
So tell us about the kind of companies that purchase Nexthink.
I will say all types of companies. Definitely in terms of vertical or industries, I will say we work with all of them, but maybe there is, a much bigger appetite from companies to whom, this is very critical. For instance, in healthcare, there is one of the very large healthcare organization in the US who 2 years ago started to see some of his doctors actually resigning and leaving because when they are doing even a critical missions like a surgery or like a diagnostic, the IT doesn't work, they are not having the images, they are not being able to see what they need, and they are frustrated, they feel they cannot do their job, and they leave. So you can imagine in healthcare, it's absolutely very demanded, and we work a lot with healthcare companies. You can imagine. Sorry, Jeffrey, you wanted to follow up with a question?
No, I think it's interesting you used healthcare because that is a profession that's going through such dramatic change, and a lot of people that I know are leaving or want to leave the profession. So I'm wondering if how productive you are at sort of changing that trend, because it has been a very strong trend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the healthcare is maybe the extreme example, but we see it in all verticals, in all industry. Jeffrey, when you remember that 21 million people in the US they resigned, they don't want to go back to work. It is quite, we are living through really, a difficult time. We try to impact it. We impact it a lot. I will not say that it depends only on us, but we see that in the late, analysis and survey we did, we see that, 28% of employees that are aged between 25 to 34 years old, considering leaving their job because of IT issues. It's fascinating. And
I would tell you that a greater number of that, of the percentage, well, again, it's not a statistically clear number, because since they're talking to me, they're already looking out to a management consultant. But I would tell you more than half the people I talk to, probably 80%, are in some kind of stress and wondering about their future and where they have to go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. It is dramatic what's going on. And let me put it, I will go back to the healthcare, but what we notice is there is a certain energy crisis that the world of work is actually living. It seems like, people, they are thinking about, what they need is to be free from work. And that starts by a frustration of not being heard, not being seen, not being recognized, not being able to connect with your peers. And it starts by not being able to feel that you are not able to do your job the way you want it. You want to stay home, but they want you to go back to the office. You want to go to the office, but they want you to stay home. You want to do your surgery very well, but they don't. Now, what we do with Nexthink is that we have this capability to understand in details, really in details, what is going on from the employee perspective. The world of IT use it to focus on the backend engine. If the backend engine works and you, Jeffrey, you are not happy, you call, they will tell you, you maybe forgot your password. They don't care about how you are perceiving it. Us, what we did is to go from the employee perspective and see what is going on. And then we engage with the employee to sense his sentiment and his feeling. Now, traditional survey, they have 15% response rate. Us with Nexthink, we have 80% response rate. Why? Because given that we know your context, we ask you the right question at the right time. And that's how we can know what do you need exactly, what fits more your work style. Maybe you would like to work in office, and we will give you, we will tell IT, this is how you should make it for Jeffrey to work well. Or maybe, I don't know, Nathan wants to stay home. And we will say to IT, look, Nathan wants to stay at home, and this is his work style, and this is what he needs, and this is what you should give him. And in my opinion, I always have this example in mind when we go to a fantastic hotel, and we live a fantastic experience, because you have that feeling that you know exactly what you want. They know beforehand whether you want a coffee or tea. And that's a great experience, because experience is about empathy, and empathy, it's about understanding. And when you make your employees, you give them that feeling that they are heard, they are seen, they are recognized, because you are giving them, you are sensing them, and you are giving them their expectations. You reduce it dramatically, the sense of disengagement, the sense of frustration, the sense of feeling not connected. And if you add to that, giving them a smooth, high quality digital workplace by which they can feel their job is done, we believe, and we see it in many of our projects and customers, that we impact quite well, this disengagement from the employees.
Well, it's hard for me to argue with you, because you just espoused my whole work philosophy of working with individuals and organizations about trying to get people to feel more in control of their lives, more customized, and really optimize their potential. I try to summarize what you said. And you're trying to do that through the whole IT experience, which is something I would know nothing about other than being able to explain it. So I find what you're doing to be very exciting. And I think it's appropriate for today's world, especially with all the changes, not just that have gone on, that are going to go on, which are going to be even more dramatic. So if someone were looking for you and looking to learn more about Nexthink, how would they find you?
They found us, first of all, they can find the news about us in all of the social media. They can come to our website, nexthink.com. It is with only T, so it is nexthink.com. They can go as well to something that we created 1 year ago, which is the Dex Hub, DXHUB, which is a platform that we wanted, to give back to the community of industries and IT and companies the possibility to learn about digital employee experience, about its challenges, about its best practices. And we have people coming from everywhere, from HP, from VMware, from Siemens, from J&J, to actually talk about their approach and their methodology. And that's maybe one great platform to which they connect to learn more about DEX and about Nexthink.
Well, I want to thank you, and I hope that you continue to update the technology. I think this is part of what will be important for employees to have a full professional life experience that is fulfilling for them. So I appreciate what you're saying. And I want to remind everybody that you've been listening to Radio Entrepreneurs.